Welcome to Denman Island.
Today I'm heading over to Denman Island, a small, peaceful spot just a short ferry ride from Buckley Bay on Vancouver Island. It's known for its relaxed pace, creative community and some beautiful nature to explore. I've only got one day to check it out, so I'll be wandering the beaches, walking the trails, eating at a local eatery and checking out the scenic spots to see what makes this island such a unique escape. And don't worry, there's a cheeky bit of Hornby Island at the end too. I'm Hammo and I love a cheeky day on an island, so much so that I just had to show you another one in BC. Let's hop over to Denman. Morning all, this is Denman Island Day. I've got a coffee on Vancouver Island before we head to Buckley Bay to catch the ferry. Looking forward to checking out the full island for about 7 or 8 hours. I've got a few beaches, some walks, got a brunch involved. Then once I'm done on Denman Island, I'm going to catch the other ferry at the other side of the island to Hornby Island. So Denman Island is somewhere I've only transited through. I've never actually checked it out, so it's all going to be new for me. It's quite small, a few things going on, only 1 or 2 roads, but I'm looking forward to some nice walks, some beaches and some views. It should be a good day, about 19-20 degrees. So let's go. Raff Trevor Campground is a great little find, and I know I want to come back here again soon to spend more time here. It's giving me Green Point campground vibes near Tofino, and also the feels are real right now as I feel like we're back on our road trip across Canada in 2023. So I'm on my way to the shopping cafe, but I've got a cheeky quick stop off here because the sun is so red. I'm going to flip it round and see what you think. Kind of reminds me of India. Something looking like that. Oh, little bunny rabbit hopping over here. I think they're enjoying the sun as well. There's loads of them about this morning. Had to be careful when I drive out of the campsite. Look at that. I think it's because of the haze. We've had some fires up in northern BC and Alberta, and the fog and the smog and the smoke is coming down, so it's causing that sort of colour. But just thought I'd get a cheeky view of the sun. I'm rarely up for sunrise, but you know what? I absolutely love it if I can get myself into it. Right, let's get on the road. A quick pit stop at Courtyard Coffee to get my caffeine fix before the ferry. A lovely little spot in Qualicum Beach. The ride up from Raff Trevor is about 40 to 45 minutes in total, and from Nanaimo it'll be about an hour to get to Buckley Bay. You cannot book this ferry in advance, so you need to turn up, pay and queue. I arrived 10 minutes before the ferry left and got on well in time, but I would give yourself more time to make sure you get on the ferry just in case there's a bit of traffic. The cost for one person and a car is $19 return to Denman Island, and if you're going to Hornby Island, you'll need to specify this at Buckley Bay, and that'll cost another $34. Just look at this water, my word, so calm. Honestly, this is my favourite part of Vancouver Island. Look at these views. If I could define idyllic, it would be this. Well, almost. The Cook Islands would give it a run for its money though. An early start and I'm loving the fresh air and being back on the road. Dreamy.
Welcome to Denman Island. We're on the ferry. This is a beautiful ferry crossing. It takes about 10 minutes and the water is so calm. Oh, it's an absolute dream. This is my favourite area of the island. And then eventually I'll be doing a ferry across to Hornby Island. But look at this. Absolutely stunning. My first aim is to head to Morning Beach, and be warned, the paved road runs out quite quickly and you're on gravel road heading up north on the island. I parked up with a few other cars and took a short walk to the beach. Oh, look how calm that water is. Oh. There are some stairs to take, so make a note here.
just so peaceful and literally no one here bar a few people. I'm going to sit by a rock and watch the world go by. This is what I needed.
Oh, island life. There's something about it. For me, personally, it's probably my favourite kind of maybe like topography, if you like, because something about getting a ferry, getting a boat, arriving on this kind of small, unknown land, tiny, and you hear the waves, as you can hear in this background. I'm just walking over to the beach. I just had that euphoric feeling you get when your arms go all tingly. It's just probably why I love travel so much, that I get those sort of feelings in many different places. But this one, Denman Island, like Hornby across the way, is just something I love. I mean, I love coming to visit island life. It's just so peaceful and idyllic. Look at this. Oh, I don't know, something about it. Something about it. So if you want to get to know Hammo, you know that I love visiting islands and going on the beach and just sitting here and looking at the trees and watching the world go by and just having a think. I think it's much needed, a bit of nature therapy. Anyway, we're on Denman Island and I'm at Morning Beach. So it's just here and around here. It's actually a dirt road to get here from the ferry port. The road sort of is normal until probably about halfway. It's called the Northwest Road, I think. And then, to my surprise, it's a dirt road, which my car is very old. I was a bit worried about it. Yeah, my car's very old, so I was a bit worried about it, but made it here safely. And yeah, just enjoying this walk along the beach, much needed. Gonna take a seat in a minute, reflect. Oh, little crab down there. And just think about life for a bit. But beautiful day, a bit hazy because of the fires, but you cannot beat a clear blue day on an island, can you? Just going to share a bit of admin about Denman Island. To get here from Vancouver, you're going to have to get the ferry to Nanaimo from Horseshoe Bay. You can probably get the ferry to Victoria, but that's going to be a heck of a journey up. Then you've got to drive up to Buckley Bay. It's about an hour from Nanaimo, and from Victoria, 3 to 4 hours, something like that. Once you get to Buckley Bay, you cannot book this ferry in advance. You just turn up and get on the ferry. It's a small ferry, and that takes about 10 minutes to get across. And they run on the hour, 8, 9, 10, 11 a.m. And that's about $20 to $30, something like that. Then you arrive in Denman Island. If you want to go to Hornby Island, you've got to catch the ferry across the other side of this island, which comes with your ticket when you get to Denman. It's a one-way payment, so you pay one way. One ticket to Denman and Hornby, coming back, there's no extra admin. You just got to time up your ferry times, really. It's quite hard to get to, but just check the ferry times, make sure you can match it up and be a bit more flexible to get here, because it's not very busy, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's hard to get to. That's why I love it. Denman and Hornby Island are absolute faves. So that's the admin, and then reverse, you do the same back. Oh, should I move here? Maybe. I don't know. Let's go and check out more of Denman Island.
Do you want some cringy B-roll content? Here we go. I was sitting there admiring the views of Hornby and the mainland, reflecting how amazing our world really is. There are so many spots to explore and check out. Be sure to get out there as much as you can, people. If you follow this channel, you may know I need a lake in my life, so I'm heading towards Chickadee Lake to see what it's like. And parking was not really defined that well, but I did find a spot to park and I set off in the woods. Here are some first glimpses of the lake. Chickadee Lake feels like the heartbeat of Denman Island. It's quite calm, has reflective waters ringed by tall evergreens, where the only sounds are the wind in the trees and the call of the birds overhead. Just arrived at Chickadee Lake. Not really obvious where you get the access point to the lake is, so I parked up on a little made-up car park on Lake Road, and I've walked from there a little bit round. Still no path down to the lake. We'll see what we find around here. This is a designated path. We're actually in the provincial park now, which is the Denman Island Provincial Park. So we'll see what's going on. What worries me a little bit is the path just goes away from the lake. I'm like, I need to get closer to the lake. But there's some clearing down here. Let's see what that is. But very peaceful. There's no one here. Don't think there's bears. Yeah, not seen any signs about that. So I'm just going to walk a little bit around and see what I can find. I might show you this clearing here. There you go, there it is, Chickadee Lake. Yeah, I'll go around, have a look, and get some more views. It's the kind of place that invites you to pause, breathe, and take in the stillness. This lake is also a source of drinking water. No one on the trail, apart a few people with dogs, and so peaceful. I love silence. Oh, here we go. You just cannot beat it. Oh. Yeah, not sure on the admin of this, but walked around a little bit more. Just keep going, see what you can find, don't give up. And I found a little clearing out to here. Oh, look at that. Oh, you can't be a lake, can you? Canada's full of them. Yeah, top notch. I love the peacefulness. Yeah, that's part of me, that. Yeah, gonna have a little sit down, bit of chocolate, admire the views. This is a perfect little spot. Look at this. Nice little lake view, just to sit and ponder. What a dream. Right, a lot of walking, a lot of reflection time means I'm hungry, and there aren't many options with brunch or food on the island, but I'm choosing Earth Club Factory, which is also a guest house, and I'm excited to check it out as I am starving. I tell you what, I love my heavy metal, heavy rock, hard hitting rock. You know, that industrial, like metal stuff. I absolutely love it. Every day of the week, I'm listening to that. But a song just came on the road trip to my brunch by ABBA last summer. That is absolutely top notch. And I don't care if you judge me right now, because ABBA, fucking awesome. Massively singing that out loud on the way here. Got a nod from the driver. Appreciate that. Cheers. Let's go and get some food. Plenty of options on the menu and plenty of space to sit down with a coffee and a breakfast wrap, which I've ordered as a recommendation from the chef himself. Time to check out the caf before I delve into the wrap, as I'll be absolutely ravenous eating that, and there's plenty of space outside if you have a dog. Just watch for the wasps. Here it is, the veggie breakfast wrap and a coffee. This coffee is so good, I'm ordering another one. My friends have arrived from Vancouver, so a trip to the general store, and this is the main drag of Denman Island. This is downtown, people, as you can see, very chill. The vibe so far is definitely a much older crowd, but that is totally fine with me. I do envy those baby boomers. After stuffing myself with eggs, now it's time to check out Hornby Provincial Park, perched on the same side as the ferry to Hornby Island. Look at these views. The beach is like Brighton in the UK, but that island over there is Hornby Island, which I must say is my favourite place in BC and possibly in Canada, but at least definitely in the top 3. But I'm loving Denman so far. Denman to Hornby. Much smaller. Oh yeah. God, that breakfast was sensational, must admit. Big fan of that. Filled a hole, had 2 coffees. God, it was so good, had 2. Couldn't believe it. So, a couple of friends have arrived now, so we're just walking along for Longley Provincial Park. And that is Hornby Island, much smaller than Denman. We're just going to check this little area out. And then we're going to just drive down to Boyle Provincial Park and do the lighthouse walk loop and then catch the ferry across to Hornby. Set schedule, so we're going to get the ferry in about an hour and a half. Should be enough time. Great views. The water is so calm. Look at this. Ah, so calm. I think that's why I love this area. Look how clear this water is, my word. Okay, the last stop on my whistle-stop tour of Denman Island is to Boyle Provincial Park to check out the lighthouse bench at the end of the island. As you approach, you'll see a queue of cars for the ferry to Hornby. Just drive past them and take a right towards the park. From the parking lot to the bench, it's about a 20-minute walk and it's a very easy trail. I'm not sure what to expect at the end, but let's see what we can find. I think there is a little island. Look at this. How cool is this little island with the backdrop? Imagine living there. I mean, what happens if there's a neighbour dispute? Where do you go? How often do people live there? Do you have a boat? What happens if you get the need just to go to the shop? So many questions. Would you like it? Shivers down the spine here. I just can't get over this little island. I'm baffled by it and loving it at the same time. But what a view. What a cool thing to see at the end of this walk. I'm absolutely loving this little island. Ah. What a view of that island. It's so nice. Honestly, that is better than I thought. I thought when we approached the fence, I'm not sure what this is going to be. I thought you maybe go down. But honestly, that view of that little island is like 3 or 4 houses on it. Oh, unbelievable. Well worth the 15 to 18 minute walk up there. Yeah, Denman Island, what a place. It's chill. There's not much to do. But there are beaches and walks and trails, and it's definitely up there with the idyllic lifestyle, I must admit. Oh, let's look at this again. Look at that. Imagine living there. Oh, yeah, dreamy. And you've got a little bench. Just up here like that. Oh. So that's a wrap for Denman Island. I'm in the queue for the boat to Hornby Island. That's been a great day. Some beaches, some great views, a great brunch, a coffee in there, some dirt roads as well. The car is an absolute mess. But overall, Denman is very chilled. I think overall, one of the most chillest islands I've ever been to. Not much going on. It's got like an old retiree vibe, if you like, from the people. But some activities to do. I'm now going to one of my favourite islands in Hornby, and the reason it's a favourite is because the water is clear, warm and blue, and I need that in my life. Feels like the last trip of the summer, really. We're into September and I don't think there's many good weeks left of weather, so gonna enjoy Hornby to the max and then plan for next summer, because in Canada you cannot wing trips in the summer, and especially to places that are very popular. So thanks Denman Island. I hope you enjoyed this video. This will be a nice day trip or a nice
long morning. All right, hold your horses. I know what you're thinking. When's Hornby Island coming? Well, of course it is. However, I do already have a video of this place which you can watch here, and I think you'll absolutely love the views. But if you want a little taster, just to get the juices flowing, here's a little teaser for you from my trip here in 2025. Camping at Chickadee Lake campground for the first time, would highly recommend it. Fossil Beach Farm was frequented yet again for one last performance of the year with a sunset, a band, and just generally good vibes. Lots of dogs, lots of people in deck chairs, having cider, having a good time. An absolute dream. Of course, the clear waters at Chickadee Bay are a must. I was chilling in the water as much as I could. I walked right out to stand in the water up to my neck, and then came back down to the shallow water and sat in the warm, clear water. To add to the clear water is some added bonus content from River, who loves leaping on the paddleboard.
Did you get that mad trick?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Hilarious. This is about as good as it gets in Canada for a beach vacation. Here's a coffee in town. Then this dreamy final morning at Whaling Bay Beach. I don't think I need to add any words here. Just marvel at it and make sure you visit. Let's take a look. Although I do want to say that this sand is so soft. I just want to drown myself in it. Oh. If you're wondering, these properties here are in the millions, so forget about it. So that was my day on Denman Island with a cheeky stop on Hornby to finish it off. Denman doesn't get the same spotlight as Hornby, and that's because they offer something different. Denman feels more remote, with fewer roads, fewer people, and a real sense of stillness that makes you feel completely immersed in nature. I loved wandering the trails, stopping at beaches, and meeting the welcoming locals. Every person waved as I drove by, and the cafe was such a friendly stop. If you're looking for a peaceful, off-the-beaten-path trip from Vancouver or Vancouver Island, then Denman Island is absolutely worth checking out. If you want to check out the full video on Hornby Island, you can check out my video right here, and trust me, you will love it. Thanks for joining me, happy island life, and I hope you get to experience the calmness of Denman Island too. Please follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel today, and let's go and see the world. Cheers, Hammo.